Hello friends, let's make a galaxy table together. Now I've already put in my base black layer and poured clear in. Now I'm layering in purple, blue, and pink mica powder right down the center here. I just want to layer this in and put a few droplets all over the place just to kind of add some color to the very first layer of this. So I should say second layer because the black is the base layer. Now I'm going to take my heat gun, which is a low heat gun, so I can use this for quite some time. I've sped this up and cut out a few places because this is a long process, but basically you just take your heat gun and you spread those colors out. I've got the air really close to it so that I can get it good and spread out however I want it to be. Now, all I can say on this is trust the process, because when you first start this, it looks crazy. Now I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of very fine glitter just to start. Now we're on the next day, pouring in some black and some clear. Now you'll see me put the black in and then put clear along that black because it pushes it out instead of letting that black go wherever it wants to. That way I can kind of keep it where I want it to be without it spreading too quickly for me to be able to keep it in the areas, because I'm trying to just keep it to the edges here. Now I'm putting in, it's an iridescent color. These are mica powders by Rolio. I love that brand. They work perfect. And I'm just kind of spreading this in. Now I'm going to take that heat gun again and get those colors to blend together on top of my other colors. Now I'm trying to keep that away from the edges because I still want those bright colors to shine through. So I'm going to keep using that heat gun, keep pulling that through, getting it where I want everything to be. And like I said, this is a long process to get it to where you want it, but it's worth it in the end. I have cut out quite a bit just because this video would probably be a few hours long if I kept it all in. Now you'll see I've got the blacks where I want them. I'm going to put a little bit more iridescent in here and spread that out a little bit more. I love those iridescent colors by Rolio. They are absolutely gorgeous. Now I've got the blue. Now this is going in with a little bit of gold iridescent also, just to have some more pops of color in there. Now remember, we are going for a galaxy theme, so I'm trying to get this to look a little out of this worldish with some really cool colors. All right, now we are at the next day. Now I'm going back in with blue, purple, and white. Just along those edges, I'm leaving that middle wide open. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lay in those colors and then where I want them. And then I'm going to lay in my clear to stop those colors. I do have a little bit more black that I'm putting in too. But see, I'm going to put that clear in to kind of push those colors where I want them so that they don't bleed all over, because I'm trying to keep them out of the center. That's a main thing on this. I really am trying to go for a very layered look, but layered in certain areas, not all over the place, because I still want that blue and purple to keep coming through in the center. Here we go again with that heat gun. And like I said, this is a very low heat, so I don't worry about it burning at all or heating up my resin at all. This resin has about a 45 50-minute work time. Now I'm adding some, it's very fine glitter by Renfio that I'm adding into it, and some more of, and some iridescent in it too, just to keep layering in those different layers to get the different effects that I'm looking for. And again, with that low heat gun, I'm not worried about it burning at all. I have plenty of work time with this. My layers I'm doing are only about 1/8 of an inch I'm doing about 20 ounces of resin at a time. And this is a 14-inch mold, so it's not that big. And you can see me just adding in the colors here and there, keeping away from that center. All right, here we go. Now we are taking it out of the mold. Now I did make this face up because I really needed to see what I was doing. So we're going to carefully take this out. Excuse the blue light down the center. That is my light. It's evening time, so it's my light above me. So the lighting isn't that great this time of day. This is all made with Unicone resin, with Rolio mica powder, and Renfio glitters. Look at that shine. I absolutely am in love with it. You can see all of those colors coming through, every one of them. I did stick a couple stickers in there too, little things for that I knew my daughter would like, because this is a table for her. You can see the thickness on that. This is just going to be a little side table for her reading nook. And her whole reading nook is kind of like a galaxy theme, but you can kind of see what I was going for in that center, where I just wanted those original colors to pop through. There it is. Now I will say, you'll see at the end there's some pictures that I took outside. It's absolutely gorgeous in that natural light. Like I said, this was filmed probably around 10, 11 o'clock at night. All right, so now this is the next day. We're going to gently sand those edges just to get any roughness off of it. I'm going to just very gently sand those off. And then I'm going to spray it with alcohol and wipe it down really good. Now, I don't know if you can see up there on towards the top, there's a little pen cup. Throughout this process, whenever I had extra resin, I was pouring it in that, and I made her a pen cup that matches it. Now, this is 6 ounces of my Unicone resin that I'm just going to spread just to the edges. Now, this is a doming effect. So that edge has a little bit of a lip on it still. I didn't sand the whole lip off of it. I leave a little bit of it so that I can dome this out. You can see I had to move it because that part of my table was not level. So I had to move it a little bit to get it to that level part. I'm just going to use my popsicle stick to bring it all to the edges. You don't want it too thick. It's a thin layer, but that little bit of a dome on it really makes every color pop right out and gives it that beautiful finish. Now, once I am done doing this, I have a box that I cover the whole thing with and just let it sit for a couple days. The reason I cover it is because dust, I do have a cat hair, anything, my hair, anything can get in it and really make that dome get dimples in it, and it's not the beautiful perfect finish that we're looking for. So I will cover it for a couple days just to make sure that it gets really good and hard. I don't do anything with it for at least, I try to go for 3 to 5 days. Now here's the finished product. This is taken outside. You can totally see every color pop out in the sun. It's just gorgeous. Every direction you look at it from, you see all of the different colors all merging into that center. And that's what I was going for. I hope everybody has enjoyed this video. Please, if you like it, give me that thumbs up. Follow me, share it, whatever. I'm just glad to hear here. And if you have any questions, pop them into those comments and I will answer them as quickly as I can.